Hi guys, and welcome to my channel, Changing Phases Tarot. I'm so happy to have you here today. Now today, first of all, we are celebrating a brand new year. So I'm doing the 2018 overview video for all of the signs. So happy new year to everybody watching. Know that I'm sending you all just positive energy, positive thoughts, lots of wishes for a wonderful year full of many wonderful things. For my returning viewers, thank you for sticking with me throughout the past year. I'm very happy to have you here. And for new viewers, I'm happy that you found me here. And hopefully, if you enjoy the readings, you'll decide to like and possibly subscribe as well. And that way you'll be notified when I upload new videos throughout the year. Okay, so the reading that I'm doing today, it's an overview, okay? So it's a month-by-month overview of the upcoming year of 2018. So for the main reading, I'll be choosing one card for each month from the Crystal Visions Tarot deck, okay? And then I divide the year into quarters, and then I pick one additional card from the Shadowscapes Tarot deck as sort of an overall energy for that quarter, for those 3 months. Then in the middle of the spread, you will see there will be an overall, one card for the overall energy for the year. And then I will also pick oracle cards. And I'm not exactly sure which ones I will be using, but more than likely I will be pulling from either the Akashic Tarot, the Life Purpose Oracle cards by Doreen Virtue, or the Sacred Traveler Oracle cards. Okay, or maybe all 3 of them. We'll see how the readings go. For those of you who are interested in getting a personal reading, a lot of people do, they like to get a reading at the beginning of the year to kind of give them an overview of what will be going on in their particular, or in their life, right, based on their particular circumstances. If you are interested, you can just send me an email at changingphasestarot@gmail.com, or you could take a look at my site, changingphasestarot.weebly.com. There you'll find information about the types of videos that I offer, the types of readings and pricing for the readings. Okay, so I will be getting into the reading now. I'll stop talking and see you all in 1 second for the shuffle. Bye for now. Hi Virgo, I hope you're doing well. Welcome to your 2018 overview reading. As you can see, I've already laid out the cards. I've meditated and shuffled and done all of that off camera to try to save some time because my readings seem to be running a little longer. I don't know what it is with this end of the year, but I seem to be going over. So that's why you see all of the cards laid out here. I will put the camera down in 1 second and you'll be able to see that they're arranged in a wheel format. There's one card for each of the months of the upcoming year, 2018. And then I've also separated them into orders. So you'll see that, the 3 cards are kind of grouped together, and then there's a clarifier from a different deck to clarify or to give extra information for that particular quarter. And then there's a 13th card at the center of the reading, which is the overall energy for the entire year. And I did pull a clarifier on that as well. And then down the side, I have 3 oracle cards I will get to after we go through, the 2018 overview. Then I'll get to the oracle cards that came out for you as well. But I would say overall, it looks as if it's going to be a good year for most of you out there watching this video, all right, from the sign of Aquarius. Again, I would like to encourage you to, if you know your rising sign and your moon sign, check out those videos as well, because sometimes, you watch, for example, your sun sign, and it might not always resonate. And maybe if you watch the other signs, they'll resonate more, or you will get a more complete, a fuller overview of the upcoming year for you. But let me put the camera down so we can get into the reading here, Aquarius. Okay, so at the center of your reading, beautiful card. Couldn't have a better card for the overall energy for the year. You have the beautiful Sun card, and this is a major arcana, and you actually have, You have quite a few major arcanas for the year, which shows to me that there is quite a bit of divinely orchestrated events coming in. And you also have repeated cards, and for some reason that seems to be happening with most of the signs that I've done the readings for so far. They're getting quite a few major arcana cards, but a lot of repeated cards. So the cards that I pull for the as the clarifiers, they're already in the spread. So when there's a repeated card like that in a reading, it just tells me that it's a very important message. This is certainly a message that you need to hear, that needs to come through for you. So going back to the Sun card, you can probably say that this is the most positive, the best card to have out of the entire deck, because it's nothing but happiness. It's the sunshine shining its light, shining its abundance on you for the year. It's a yes card, it's a victory card, it's a happiness card. You can see that the woman here, she is standing in a field of sunflowers. You can sort of almost feel the warmth of the sun shining down on her. She's holding a child, so there might be a child either coming in during 2018 for you, or there might be a child that is of particular significance for you throughout the upcoming year of 2018. It's a positive card, right? Extremely positive, bringing in beautiful new things for you, and it's crossed by the clarifier from the Shadowscapes deck is the Fool card. And these are a little bit more difficult to see because the colors are sort of very muted, pastel, but beautiful cards. You have the Fool card crossing the Sun card, so two major arcanas at the center of your reading. And the Fool card speaks of new beginnings, right? The major arcanas begins with the Zero card, begins with the Fool card. So this is the beginning of a journey. And then, the major arcana cards end with card number 21, the World card, which is the culmination, the ending of the Fool's journey. So this is all about new beginnings for many of you watching this video, right? However that might play out in your life, new beginnings, but it's also about being fearless. You see how she is just perched on top of this peak here, and she looks like she's ready to take off. She looks like she's ready to fly, right? And she's not scared. She's trusting in the universe. She's trusting that the universe will catch her and will guide her and will have her back and will get her to wherever it is that she needs to go. So, with a yes card and a new beginnings, whatever new beginning you might be embarking on or considering or setting off on, or new things coming in during the year, it's, there's kind of like, yes, it's all very positive and it's going to work out for you, right? There's a success surrounding whatever this is. So that's a wonderful energy to have for the entire year. Now you start the year off, Aquarius, with fast-paced news coming in. This is the Eight of Wands, okay? And Wands energy is fire energy, so it's it's very fast. Usually we consider wands to be like the day-to-day things that we deal with in life, right? Our work, jobs that we do, our creative projects, things like that. It's our ambition, our drive. And the Eight of Wands is usually associated with messages. But as you can see here, we have these unicorns stampeding down this hill, and that would be very difficult to stop them. So it's kind of like this real driving power and fast paced. There's a lot of movement and energy and fastness surrounding these, whatever this message is. And usually we think of it not in terms of receiving news, for example, by snail mail. It's not that type of energy. This would be fast. So emailing people back and forth, text messaging, if you're online, sort of the messaging back and forth online, some type of quick, decisive action. This could have to do with finishing a project, receiving a message, reaching a goal, but whatever it is, it's very fast-paced. Then you have, for February, and this card has been coming up for so many of the signs. So, it appears that many people, um, many of the signs, I should say, might be dealing with some type of soulmate connection during the year of 2018. Two of Cups card is it's the minor arcana version of the Lover's card. It's a card that deals with, yes, in a romantic, if we look at this from a romantic point of view, this would be kind of that loving, harmonious relationship with another person. So that true, soulmate romantic connection with another person. Doesn't necessarily have to be. Soulmates, they're kind of a funny thing. Most people think of it more along the terms in terms of romance, but what they really are just, it's kind of a soul contract that you have with another person, many times from a previous life. You agree to reincarnate, be in each other's lives again for a short amount of time, possibly for many years, possibly for an entire lifetime, in order for either you to teach them a message or them to teach you a message. That's generally the idea of a soulmate. This can be in the form of, a friend or, that type of relationship. That you can have friends who are soulmate connections. They also could be, and sometimes a soulmate connection isn't always easy, right? It's not always the easiest of things to deal with. But there is some type of connection, relationship, something coming in here or something, or very prominent in the month of February. And then in March, you're leaving something behind. Okay, the Six of Swords, this is an energy of moving away, leaving behind, things that no longer serve you, leaving a difficult situation, leaving choppy waters, moving into calmer waters. In the traditional tarot deck, this card shows a woman and she's in a boat, has her back turned, and she's sort of sailing away from very choppy waters into smoother waters, into calmer waters. So if you have been going through a difficult situation, right, or dealing with something difficult, this is you kind of walking away from that. If we look at these three cards together, kind of taking them as, a group here, the Eight of Wands, followed by the Two of Cups, and then the Six of Swords. This could be whatever this news is, surrounding this partnering up, this partnership, this romantic connection. Maybe this is what's allowing you to, in March, leave certain things from the past behind, right? Because it's a card of transition, right? The Six of Swords. It's a card of moving, kind of like, it's similar to the Eight of Cups in that it's, it is a period of transition and moving away from something in your past, which is why I feel that even though this comes up in the month of March, sort of after the Eight of Wands and Two of Cups, it tells me that it's connected more to your past, and so you're leaving behind whatever sense of sadness that kind of was associated with whatever this thing is from the past that you're leaving behind. You're also looking forward. You see that she's really focused on the light in the distance here, and so she's looking. She's feeling optimistic. She's anticipating whatever this new thing is coming in for her, right? And she's dropping her sword, so she's kind of not. It doesn't need to fight anymore, right? She's moving on from whatever that was. So, and then with the Page of Swords as the overall energy, let me hold this up. This would be the overall energy for the first quarter of the year, the Page of Swords. More swords energy. And swords energy has to do with, it's our thoughts, it's cerebral energy, it's, it's kind of planning as well, because, the suit of wands is the suit that comes in and kind of acts on it, right? It's the suit of action. The suit of swords has to do with planning, right? And planning for whatever that is. And it's also about communication and speaking our truth, right? And speaking and communicating with others. And the page, usually pages are younger individuals. This could be a child. This could also be just a younger air sign individual. If it is, then this would be a Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius. It doesn't necessarily have to be a person, though, right? We know that when court cards appear like this, particularly with say the pages, usually I usually associate them more with messages and new things, and especially with you have the messages here with the Eight of Wands and then the Page of Swords as the overall energy. So I do feel that there is something new, some new message coming in. If it's a beginning of a relationship, it's kind of like the beginning phases of that, or the beginning stages of that, But the Page of Swords is usually somebody who's very honest. And because it's a page, because this is younger energy, it's kind of like that fearless sort of energy, right? And somebody who is very analytical, but at the same time very quick, very agile, right? Very quick to think, quick to come up with a particular solution to a problem, but also, you know, yeah. So she can use, right? I mean, it's a she in this deck, but this person can use her intellect to kind of cut through certain situations or problems. Again, we have, there are the birds flying around, much like in this card here, right? So there does seem as if there's some type of, even though there's sort of confusion around, she's able to remain calm, ready for action, and in this case, ready to move on. So messages seem to be quite important, and then moving on from something seems quite important throughout these first 3 months of the year. As we move into the next 3 months, we have for April, Ace of Pentacles. Okay, so new beginnings, possibly in the area of career and finance, followed by May, the Two of Swords. This card is oftentimes known as the stalemate card or the impasse card, and we'll get into why in a minute. And June, the King of Cups. Again, a court card could be an actual person that you're dealing with, and this is the only, except for this Page of Swords as the clarifying energy over here, this is the only court card or person, that I see in your spread. So this could be an older male water sign individual. If it is, it will be a Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces. And then the card that came out as the clarifier on these 3 months is a Major Arcana, Chariot, number 7. And, kind of continuing with this theme of walking away here that you had in the month of March, this is a card of movement, right? This is forward movement, momentum. It's also a card of victory. Okay? And looking at these 3 cards together, so the Ace of Pentacles, like I was saying, Pentacles is it's your energy, Virgo, right? This is Earth energy, and Pentacles have to do with it's our work that we do, the money that we make from the work that we perform. It's all of the material things in life, the tangible things. So our home, right? Our material possessions. And aces are new beginnings, and aces are also yes cards, okay? So in the Ace of Pentacles, it really speaks of having everything that you need to really manifest your dreams, to reach a goal, to attract what you need, right, in order to reach your goal or manifest whatever it is that you desire. At the same time, you're very grounded, your feet are on the ground, you're feeling very down to earth. It's important for you to rely on others around you as well, possibly with this new beginning here. Could be a King of Cups that might be significant, right, as he appears here in the month of June. But whatever this new thing is, and this could be a new business venture, this could be a new opportunity to make money, this could be a new job coming in for you, or just a new way for you to make money, to bring about greater financial stability for you. And that's followed in the month of May by the Two of Swords. And, the Two of Swords has to do with making a decision, has to do with sometimes feeling trapped and unable to make a decision, but it's more about not being willing to make the decision, or not being willing to see things for what they really are for whatever reason. You see that the woman here, she's standing with the swords crossing her chest, right? Very protective, doesn't want to get hurt, trying to protect her heart here. She has the blindfold on, but she could very easily just remove her blindfold to see the truth of the situation, right? And she has the two swords here, these two swords of justice, of truth. And so she could easily see, what she needs to see in order to make a decision. And this could be a decision related to whatever this new opportunity was with the Ace of Pentacles from the previous month. It's just more about being, she's unwilling to do that. So it's needing, the card is really guiding you here to show that you need to do this, right? So see things for what they really are. You need to be able to do this in order for you to really make the most of whatever this new opportunity is with the Ace of Pentacles. And again, there might be a person of great importance. This might be an older water sign individual, male or female. It's not really gender specific in these readings. But that person might be coming in the month of June, right? Or you might be dealing with this person. And typically the kings and queens in the court cards, they have mastered, all of the energies of that suit. So this would be a very caring individual. This would be a very intuitive individual. He's somebody who is very just, very honest, very loving, compassionate, right? So you might be partnering up with this person, or might be somehow involved with this Ace of Pentacles in this decision. Or again, if this isn't a person, this could be you taking on the energy of the King of Cups in order to deal with what you're dealing with here, And this can play out in many different ways. I try to give you as many sort of meanings and as many options as I can for, the readings, because there are so many people watching, and obviously this will play out in many different ways. But the card that goes along with these three cards for the second quarter of the year is the Chariot. The Chariot is a victory card, and it's a card of movement. It's a card of forward movement. And you see that the same on her card, instead of horses, she has unicorns. And there were unicorns that were stampeding down the mountain here in January, right? So with the fast-paced messages. So this could be very fast-paced, whatever this change is, or whatever this forward movement is of the Chariot. It could have to do with this Ace of Pentacles. This could be, if it's a new job, for example, this could be you needing to take to the road to get to the new job. So this could be a job at a distance, could be in a different place. And you see she's riding through the clouds through water. So this might involve some form of travel. This could be travel by car. This could be, across water or near water with this Chariot card. It's fast. It's fast moving, and you can't stop it, right? It's this sort of unstoppable, very positive. It's a card of victory. So, whatever this decision that needs to be made in this new thing coming in with the Ace of Pentacles, there's definitely victory surrounding it, right? You're feeling very confident. You're really, she has taken the reins here. She has the power and the authority, and it's just kind of pushing forward. That's really you, and you moving ahead and feeling very in control of whatever is going on. Now, as we move into the last half of the year, you have for the month of July, Hangman. And this is also a repeating card because the Hangman came out as the clarifier on the last 3 months of the year. But I'll show you this. So the Hangman for July, August, the Ace of Wands. So that's their second ace in the deck, in the spread. And aces are, besides being new beginnings, they're also yes cards, right? So if there's an answer you're seeking, or, if this is something you're trying to figure out, is it this or this? The ace just comes in to say it's a yes, whatever it is that you're trying to find out. So for September, after the Ace of Wands in August, you have the Two of Wands. So another card that has to do with making a decision, right? Needing to choose. And you have 3 twos here. So there is some type of back and forth and something to do with balance, something to do with decision, because you have the Two of Cups, you have the Two of Swords, and then you have the Two of Wands. And then the card that came out as the clarifier on these 3 months is Major Arcana number 3, the Empress. And this is a card of expansion, right? This is very expansive energy. This is a card that has to do with of abundance, giving birth, actually giving birth, right? Getting pregnant or giving birth to new ideas, new things, new life, new ideas, new creative projects, right? And with this new beginning of the Ace of Wands here and this trying to figure out which way to go, it could either be, and it's following this time of waiting or time of, it's time out here of the Hangman. So after taking this time to sort of see things from a different perspective with the Hangman during the month of July, in August, something else comes in, right? Something else new comes in. And the Ace of Wands is, it's fast-paced energy, but it's very exciting. So this is something that's going to, it's going to make you or feel very excited. You're going to feel very passionate about this, whatever this new opportunity is or this new thing is with the Ace of Wands coming in. Then it's going to bring about some type of decision, right? In the next month, in the month of October, the month of September, you have the Two of Wands, which is needing to choose, needing to make a decision, right? So with the Ace of Wands, sometimes we think of this being, it can be a new creative project. This can be a new job offer. And we also have this Ace of Pentacles down here, so they might be somehow related, but there's something new surrounding this. But it's all about, you feeling very excited about it, right? Lots of creative energy surrounding the card, right? So it could be an opportunity, an idea, but whatever it is, it brings in this decision with the Two of Wands. And the Two of Wands, it's decision, but it's also about, again, you taking control because you have to decide, right? You have to take matters into your own hands. You're sort of standing there staring down the two paths, and you're trying to figure out which is the best one for you. In order to do that, you need to be very confident. You need to be courageous. You need to be a little bit of a risk taker in order to do that, right? And to be sure to say, okay, no, I'm going to go, I'm going to take this path. This is the right one for me. And so you need to be sure of yourself as you do that. Sometimes, as it's a 2 card, this could be you partnering up with somebody. This could be you collaborating with somebody. But there's a choice involved. So either partnering up, collaboration, some type of choice. And it looks as though there's something new here after taking time out to see things from a different point of view, to gain clarity on a particular situation. It brings you into the last 3 months of the year. We have 3 major arcana cards. So it looks like the end of the year is going to be quite powerful for you. So we have for October, major arcana, the moon, number 18, followed by the judgment card, major arcana, number 20 for November. In December, major arcana, Wheel of Fortune. This is number 10 of the major arcana. So, in October, we could say that, and this could be happening, around the full moon in October. The moon could be of some significance in whatever's going on in the month of October. The moon is about uncovering certain things. We know that whereas you have both the sun and the moon in this reading, whereas the sun shines its light onto it and provides clarity and enlightens you. The moon it has shadows. So sometimes when the moon appears in a reading, we have to, or we're being asked to use, other means to discover the answer or to figure out the answer to something. This could be using your intuition, trusting more in your intuition and messages that come in, not such a traditional manner, such as through dreams, signs, synchronicities, things along those lines, for the month of October. Which brings you to November, where you will be asked to, or there will be some type of judgment call. Okay, so the judgment card, it's about, it always reminds me of the death card, because there is a ending and beginning feel to the judgment card. It's a card where you might be asked to make some type of judgment call, right, with a very important decision. But it's also a card that speaks of rebirth and of leaving the past behind. And you also have that back here in the month of March. So again, leaving the past behind, along with any guilt or grievances, make amends with whatever this was and move forward. If this has something to do with, what you have or what you'll be finding out or discovering in the month of October, this is just asking you to leave this in the past and move on, right? New beginnings, just move on, and you're, through death comes new life, and you're really being called to something new and something different. And then December, this is it just really affirms, right? It confirms what you had here with the moon and the judgment, because things are changing. So once you do this, once you move away and embark on this new beginning, the Wheel of Fortune comes in to say that this is a very karmic card. This is a card that has to do with kind of, the cause and effect. What goes around comes around. The Wheel of Fortune speaks of fate, right? Of destiny, of changes in luck. So, if or whatever this choice is here, or this new beginning with the Judgment card, just know that, things are now turning here. The tide is turning, the wheel is turning, karmic lessons have been learned, and you'll be ending 2018 and going into 2019 with this, this exciting new change of fortune, right? And then you have the Hangman as the overall energy for these 3 months. So there might be some type of waiting, and I feel that it has to do with, or it will be more during the months of October and November, because I think that there might be some needing to see things from a different perspective, a different point of view, which goes along with the Moon card, in order to get to the point of making this judgment, whatever this decision is, and then leaving the year, with the Wheel of Fortune. So interesting year for you, I would say, Virgo. Looks like a good year. Looks like choices, right? Lots of choices, forward movement. And then, with the 3 2s, there could be some type of new beginning with another person, or needing to partner up with somebody, who's going to be quite significant throughout much of the year for you. Now let's take a look at, we have 3 oracle cards here. I will read you each one. I like to read the complete description from the guidebooks in order to give you the overall meaning for the card. From the Life Purpose deck by Doreen Virtue, you have music. Your connection to music is healing for yourself and others. Hold this up so you can see it. This is followed by Rejuvenating Rain, and this is from the Sacred Traveler deck. It says, clear the past and heal the present. And from the Akashic Tarot deck, we have the One of Keys, which is called the Architect. Hold this up. Okay, I'll begin with the One of Keys card, because for those of you who have watched my videos and have seen me using the Akashic Tarot deck mainly for the daily readings, you've heard me say that it's a different type of tarot deck. It's not a traditional tarot deck. It only has 62 cards instead of, the traditional, number, so it's a little different. They leave out certain cards, and a lot of the meanings are quite different for the cards. So that's why I like to read you from the full description. So the one of keys, this would be, in the traditional tarot, be similar to the Ace of Pentacles, which again is a repeating card, right? So you have this Ace of Pentacles, and this would actually be the Ace of Pentacles in the Akashic Tarot deck. So another repeater. And the suit of keys in this Akashic Tarot deck, it is very similar to the Pentacles, right? The suit of Pentacles. It represents the values and wealth and success in our lives. So our career, the achievements from our career, the material things in life, right? And it also has to do with, they use keys, right? The people who design the deck, they use the keys to talk about responsibility, right? Sort of the responsibility that goes with having a key, because keys are given to people who have the authority to use them, right? And the keys are also, sort of unlocking certain things, so unlocking knowledge, unlocking different things in life. That's kind of the idea of the suit of keys in this deck. Now, the one of keys, or the Ace of Keys, this is a card, and like I said, it's called the Architect card in this deck. And you can see that there is, let me hold it up again. You can see that there is a man and a woman, and they're wearing sort of this Egyptian dress, right? And they're looking at some blueprints or structural drawings, and they have some measuring tools there. And you see the architect, and he's kind of looking at everything. He's, really taking note of everything he needs to take note of in order to build, or in order to complete this project. So, with you getting this card, this could be you involved in an actual building project at this time. This could be something as simple as redecorating your home or your workplace, or this could be a major project. But more than that, it's showing that this is you really stepping into a position of power, right? You using your talents and your strengths in order to take charge. And I think we have that here, right? And that's funny because the Chariot card came out on the Ace of Pentacles here in April. And this was all about you taking control, you taking charge of something. And then we have that message echoed here with the Architect card. Okay, so this is you feeling as if you're in command of the situation, you taking charge. It might involve some type of change of plans here. If it is, then, there might be unforeseen events, or, people that aren't known to you at this point. But as you move throughout the year, for example, going along with the Ace of Pentacles, Two of Swords, and King of Cups, these people or events might be coming in, right? So they'll reveal themselves to you as you move through the year. The Akashic Force message that goes along with this card, it says, close your eyes, take a relaxing breath, and move deeply into the authority and confidence that come from your eternal truth. You are in easy command. Feel your talents and power stir within you as you design the destiny you seek. So even though you do have quite a few major arcana cards in your reading, right, which do kind of speak of, divine orchestration and the universe kind of stepping in and moving things along for you, there's also a lot of cards that have to do with personal choices, right, and things happening here on in the mundane world, and you taking control, and you moving away, and you deciding on things. So there is a feel of you taking command here as well in the reading. So that's interesting that this Architect card came out. And the second card is the Sacred Traveler card, Rejuvenating Rain. And this card says, let me find it, sorry. Thought I'd had it set on the page here. Give me 1 second. Rejuvenating Rain. It says, physical and emotional healing is occurring. There is a cleansing and clearing of old emotional wounds, and even a release of past life limitations is happening. All is forgiven. Absolve yourself. Forgive others their transgressions against you. It's time to let it all go. The sacred traveler wants you to know, in order for new growth to occur, the old must be cleared away. This card indicates a time of clearing out what doesn't serve and support you. It can also indicate clutter clearing. If you don't love it or use it, most likely it's clutter. Physical clutter can be indicative of emotional clutter. It's time to release it and allow the cleansing metaphoric energy of the rain to purify and cleanse you in the deepest way. This is also a great time to go on a cleansing fast to clear out your body while old emotions and challenges are clearing out of your energy field. Use water for cleansing your energy field. Stand in a cold shower, swim in the sea, run in the rain. And it's interesting, this card, that it speaks about clearing the past in order to, heal the present, because you really have that here, right? With the Six of Swords, and I kept saying that I felt as if this was leaving something from the past, even though it happens after this news and the Two of Cups. The Six of Swords card here, I really felt that it has something to do with letting go of the past and releasing the past. And then you have the Judgment card again up here, so there is, if there's something that you have been holding on to from the past, some type of past hurt or past, just release it. Release it now, in order for you to move on. Don't allow it to, to block or to get in the way of your happiness, because there is a lot of beautiful beginnings and happiness coming in here. But something needs to go. You need to let go of something from the past in order for that to happen. The Music card. So that's from the Soul Purpose, or the Life Purpose deck by Doreen Virtue. And the card of Music says, this card comes to you like a messenger angel, signaling the need for more music in your life. Music opens your soul to receiving divine guidance so that you'll confidently walk upon the pathway of your life purpose. Play whatever draws your interest, and notice how each song affects your mood, body, and energy level. You're also called upon to create a personal connection with music for healing purposes. This may mean learning an instrument, writing a song, or taking singing lessons. Perhaps there's an instrument you once played that is calling to you again. You might incorporate music into your healing or teaching work, or you might find support and companionship by joining with others in a musical group or class. The Archangel Sandalphon helps and heals through music. Call upon him with this wonderful affirmation. Thank you for bringing music to and through me. You'll receive intuitive messages that deepen your healing connections via music. So beautiful, right? There might be some of you out there who needed to hear that message. It was interesting. I had somebody comment on one of my mid-monthly videos from December, where the Soul Purpose cards, I included them in that reading, talking about career and finance, and somebody left a message saying it was about using art, right, and kind of following or using their artistic abilities. It was to dealing with art. I can't remember exactly right now, but the person said, that was exactly the message that I needed to hear, right? That apparently she had, she's always wanted to be an artist, but kind of always doubted in herself. So, sometimes when these cards come out, no, they might not resonate for everybody, but there might be that one person who needed to hear that message. So I like including them. And I certainly love hearing feedback about how the messages resonate for you in your life. So I hope that the messages have helped you in some way. I thank you once again for joining me. I look forward to reading for you again in January with our January 2008 monthly overview. And just know that I'm sending you all much peace, love, and light. Take care. Bye.